All right, guys, welcome back to Altered Stangs, your home of project car motivation. So your project car is stalled and it's a heap of parts laying in the garage. Well, I'm here to say, it's time to get started. It's like the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. But I know about you guys, I don't want to eat no elephants. So sometimes our project car is stalled because we want perfection. And wanting perfection in a project car, that's not a bad thing. If you want to shoot for the stars, that's amazing. It's going to be an amazing car. Chances are, if you build perfection, it's probably not going to be a car you drive all that much. And do you have enough money and time to build perfection? So if you do, hey, that's wonderful. Can't wait to see it. The only reason I ask is the thought of perfection stopping you from finishing this car? And what I mean by that is we all get to a point where maybe the engine bay needs to be sandblasted, but you need a truck and a trailer to take the car to be sandblasted. And then once it's bare metal, you need it primed and painted. Because if it sits there, it's going to rust, and then you're going to be into another problem. Are these things stopping you? Well, do you have the kind of time to wait for that car? Or will you never get to it? Sometimes a really cool driver is all you need. And with a really cool driver, you can go places like this. And if a really cool driver is all you need, I'm the guy that can help. And I can almost guarantee you'll have more fun with a really cool driver. And what a really cool driver means is you're going to get chips in the paint. You're going to get bumps and bruises. You're going to get wear and tear. Comes with the territory. So today, we're just going to do a little quickie rattle can makeover. Why? Well, we're working on the Dutch car. And while this car does need some strut tower work, it's still solid enough to drive. I have some events I want to take it to, and if I strive for perfection, or just even get into this strut tower repair, I'm not going to make it. So today we're going to do some magic for under 40 bucks. So here's our engine bay. Weathered, paint chipped, tired, even rusty. However, with a wire wheel, some sandpaper, and some spray paint, we can transform this thing into something decent, fresh, clean, and new again. Here's the first one I ever did when I was a teenager. As you can see, there's overspray everywhere. But that didn't stop me from having fun. So here goes. Keep in mind, I don't have a lot of room in this garage either. But we're not going to let that be an excuse. Altered Stangs is here to help. Alright, so I'm back at it this morning. And still working on the Dutch car's engine bay. And I was inside making a lot of excuses why I can't get to this thing this morning. And that's what happens when your project car is a problem. I can't drive it outside easy and do anything with it because the motor's blown. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so if I pull it outside with the Civic, am I going to get it back in before it rains? I don't know. So instead of making excuses, and I don't want rust dust all over this car, decided to make a tent so that I can clean up this engine bay and hopefully get some paint on it. So all I got is some black trim clad. Now, I could make all the excuses in the world again why I can't do this, why I shouldn't do this right now, why I should wait to sandblast it and then paint it properly and everything. But I want to get to Motor City Fox Fest, and there's a few people I know that are anxious to see this car down there. I want it to look somewhat presentable, so we're going to do a quickie makeover on the engine bay. What else am I going to do? Sit inside, right? No, we got to get going on these projects, so let's see what we can do with it. Things I bought: dust mask, some sandpaper to smooth out any rough areas, painter's tape, and a wire wheel for my drill. So here's the victim: dusty, dirty, greasy, and rusty. First thing I'm going to do is remove anything I can that I don't want painted. The rest will have to get taped up. Got some oil in our power pipe. Not a real good sign, but I guess it don't matter much since the engine's blown up. Keep in mind, anything you're going to paint is going to have to be thoroughly cleaned and degreased, or it's just not going to turn out. I found a bent spot on the cowl pinch weld. I thought I'd just take a couple minutes and straighten it. If you guys don't have a set of these vice grips, they work amazing at times like this. Alright, so I don't really like where the headlight wiring is. The other part of it's where the battery tray used to be. Now, I don't want to do a full-on wire tuck on this car. I don't want to take away too much from this being an original Dutch car, but we're going to reroute that too a little bit. Yeah, no wire tuck though. No, maybe. No, never mind. Alright guys, a little bit of cleaning, it kind of goes a long way. But I mean, there's a loose ground, which isn't great. But I mean, see, when you see a fastener like that, sometimes it's just the little things that make a big difference. We'll replace that with a new one, a fresh one, or maybe something stainless if we can find it. And that's going to look a lot better. Sometimes it's just some elbow grease and maybe a trip to your local bolt supplier to make things look not bad again, Now that's a disgusting mess. And this is a typical Canadian car that's either been driven in the winter or set outside, unfortunately. Rather than having this stop me now, I'm going to grind it down as much as I can, try and get all the black out of the pits, because if you don't get it out of the pits, the rust will come back. However, this is pretty bad. So we can only do the best we can do. We'll paint it up, and then sometime down the road, we'll change out this rad support, or maybe put a tubular one in. Who knows? Well, there's the wire for our mass air meter when they did the conversion on this car. I don't really like the way that is, so let's go ahead and reroute that. Well, it's the next day. Doing a bit of sanding on the firewall. Found a bunch of runs in the previous paint. Gonna try and sand the high spots down so when I paint it, it looks okay. Obviously, you guys want to tape up anything you don't want to have painted. So that's about the extent of what I'm going to cover up. I'm kind of a rattle can specialist. I'm pretty confident what I'm doing here, so I'm not too worried about getting some paint on this thing. But if you're doing this at home, you may want to tape off all your fenders, up top on your cowl, things like that. The paint on this car is kind of beat anyway, but I don't think we'll get any overspray on it. Famous last words. Our power pipe is kind of rusty and the finish isn't all that good. Look at that. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about all this. Ugh. On video, kind of like... That's in tons. So well, still messing around in the bay, and I've got a receipt that says this engine was rebuilt not that long ago, and I just can't believe the way things have been left. I already showed you guys that's loose, but I never unbolted that clutch cable to remove it from the shock tower. I also never took that bolt out to remove it from the firewall. Proportioning valve's loose and not bolted to the frame rail. There's just so many things that need attention here that I really dislike. This car really is in need of some love. Alright guys, we're not quite done with the prep. Got some tape work to do. And hopefully we can splash some paint on this thing soon. Alright, so I've sanded out some high spots in the paint. Got it kind of wiped down, and gonna give it a little bit of a spray. Doesn't look too bad. It's got a heck of a lot better shine than it did before. And as we get paint and the other stuff that needs to go back into the engine bay, cleaning it up and whatnot, it's going to look even better. And then since we've got the engine that's got to go back in, we'll get it all painted up. And I think that's really going to make a big difference. What do you guys think? Is it worth $40 in a weekend of your time? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.